welcome. I'm going to forego the usual intro and just get to explaining what's going on. As you may well be aware, yesterday's episode did not leave off here. There we go, that's better. As you can see, we are in a completely different place than where we left off last time. There's not even an entrance nearby. That's because, and this is where the bad news begins, that's because I ran out of space on the hard drive I saved these videos to, or record these videos to. I knew I was low on space. I knew I had recorded a video that was about probably approaching an hour and a half in length right before this one. I did not, however, check the amount of space I had left before starting this next recording the video for Enderal. And I did not preemptively make extra space before recording even began. So the problem that befell me is a problem of my own making, and is exacerbated by the fact that the recording that I uploaded yesterday was only 55-ish minutes, no, 56 minutes all told. And I recorded during that session, I recorded Enderal for an hour and a half, close approaching 2 hours. So that's a lot of lost footage and story. However, I was able to find this save, this autosave. This was the very last one. The other save that we have is the one that precedes this. This is where we are now. The other one that precedes this is all the way back in the Starlink ship. So yeah, you guys have missed a bit. I went through the path of the dark one. It was simple enough. I came across a few traps, got a little warm. All in all, we survived. There wasn't anything big in the path itself. The problem comes with what happened after we left the path. Once we met up with Jespar here, we realized that, what's his name? Constantine had gone on before us, impatient as always, thinking only of himself, naturally. He went on ahead of us, and dang it, it's a real shame that I didn't get that footage. But he went on ahead of us, and he apparently communed with the consciousness that runs or oversees this ruin. It spoke to him and showed him what happened in the past, leading him to, how do I put it? Leading him to a breakdown. That's what we'll go with. It led to a breakdown, and he how do I put it? He exclaimed over and over again that there was nothing we could do to stop what was coming. Having been shown the visions of the past by her. He never gives her a name, he just says her. So we're left to presume that the consciousness belonged to a woman. His breakdown quite quickly led him to turn on us and attack us. As you can imagine, it did not go well for him. He died. I unfortunately was not able to loot his body in time, so anything that may have been on him is lost to the ages. Especially because once you talk to Jaspar, who, talks to you and forces you into the conversation, there are only two options. One that leads you to bury the body of Constantine, and the other that progresses things. I, unwittingly, chose to bury. I knew it would lead to us burying Constantine's body. I just didn't know that it would lock me out of doing anything immediately after. So I was locked out of doing anything, so I couldn't loot his body, but we ended up burying Constantine. That led us here. To this cavern of sorts that apparently opens out into the sea. Keep in mind, I have played very far into this part of the story, so I know quite a bit of what comes next. It's unfortunate that we've lost my initial responses to what we're about to encounter further on, but there's not much I can do about that, and I can do nothing but profusely apologize for my just laziness. The issue could have been prevented, and that's all on me. And for that, you guys suffer. I apologize. That, however, was, 5 minutes? I could have saved you guys had I not made that mistake. Nevertheless, let us progress.
Wait, I know that smell. Stay here.
My first time through here, I joked that he better not be taking any loot from me. Then he returned.
Where did we find Yarrow's wife?
And I was reminded that sometimes the details of this game slip my mind, but this one in particular came rushing back. Because I remembered, for whatever reason, one of the things I managed to remember most clearly was that we fought the fire elemental. Remembering that triggered the rest of the memories of what transpired down in his cellar. Most importantly, the coffin with his wife's bones in it. That's what I remembered, leading me to choose this.
Then it really is you.
What? Who else would I be?
Good question. Best you take a look for yourself. I'll wait here.
Sirius. And me. And a music box. Which you imagine wouldn't work had it been exposed to the... Hey, buddy. Had been exposed to seawater, much less the turbulence of being underwater.
So, any explanations?
Yeah, I've got nothing. Sorry.
It must be some kind of illusion. A mirage, created by this bloody temple. Or maybe even the High Ones. Yes, of course, that must be it. They're trying to confuse us. By the wise hermit, they'll do just about anything, won't they? This is just... wrong. This is crazy. Ugh. Well, working with you is definitely an experience, to say the least. We should push on. Find that stupid train. I just want to get out of this place as quickly as possible.
And yeah, that was as weird for me as it is for you right now. I have no idea what to make of it. But considering that we've been told, well, we've had the question posed to us before, whether or not we think we are just imagining all of this and we actually died after being thrown off the ship. However, I can't imagine that we would have ended up here. Look at the way. Oh, see, that's actually a different thing altogether. It's possible, just barely possible, that the current carried the bodies in, but for the most part, there's more ebb than flow. It travels out more than it travels in. So there being bodies somehow ending up in there, highly questionable. Although it's possible this place flooded, leading to us being trapped, well, to the bodies being trapped in there. But again, more questions than answers. And now, in here, we have two of these giants. And of course, Jespar himself managed to sneak past them and of course leave them for me to deal with. As we do. So let's go ahead and get on with this. What else do we need? Protection from magic won't be necessary. What else do we need? Mage light. 90 seconds of light. Anything else? Suppose we could go with... Yeah, we already have Tempest. We can't summon anything. Yet. See, that's what I missed last time. I didn't see... It didn't take long enough for me to get these things in order for this guy to cross my line of sight. So I only saw him. When he appeared, I was more than a little surprised. What do we need? Right, summoning. I also put a poison of paralysis on my weapon. Time to do the work. Right, I should get a shield out. And he's paralyzed now. Well, that definitely went a lot better. You are something else. Look at you. And these two only have their hammers, so that's not really much to worry about. Down here, I believe there was a coin purse or something. I'm only going to play this up to the point where we last... Well, the point where I left the video off that I thought I was recording last time. But there's still plenty left to do before we get there.
Bullseye. Seems like the water spared the train. It's beautiful in a way, don't you think? I bet every arcanist would give his left hand just to get a look at it. And we're about to use it. Only thing left to do now is find out how. Seems to me that we first have to open this gate and reactivate the mechanism that powers this place. I'll take a look around. Try and find something that lets us open the gate. This is crazy. Just crazy.
Dang it. I was hoping to get it done before they appeared. I don't need this now. You hit me in the freaking head. Has to be this one. Yeah. Because it returns to its initial position. There's one above us. That's the archer. I'm not worried about Jespar. But I also don't want to be shot by arrows, so we deal with the archer first. Hey, nice. I'm just tracking it by the compass. He used to be an adventurer like you until he took Selna's rage to the knee. So are we good to go, or...?
Go on inside and take a seat, okay? I'll see if I can get the train running somehow. It can't be too hard.
Now, to raid this place like I did last time. Got enough material to make as many ingots of an ancient nation as I want. Move. And so we sit.
Ta-da! Yes, I'm amazing. I know that. If being a merc doesn't work out in the long run, maybe I'll ask the Order to hire me as an expert on Pyrean railways. But no guarantee this thing won't drive us right to the next abyss. Anyway, I guess even with this thing, it should be a while till we arrive. Let's make ourselves comfortable.
It's a little too snug for my taste.
Sorry for the drama back there at the house. I guess I just didn't know what to make of the situation.
And because I asked this question last time, and I want you guys to see the response, I'm going to ask again. You know, I wonder what you would have done if I hadn't known the answer to your question. Would you have tried to, kill me, perhaps?
No idea. And please, save the subtle accusations, okay? If I reacted somewhat inappropriately, I'm sorry. But hey, I'm not the one whose corpse is lying around in some old ruin. Sorry about that. I'm a little on edge right now. No offense intended. If the High Ones were planning to confuse us, they definitely succeeded. We really should tell the Grand Master about this. and about what happened to Constantine. Still, we can't allow this to get inside our heads too much. What matters right now is the mission. And at least it stays exciting. Two daring adventurers who have gotten themselves into something they don't even remotely understand are plundering ancient ruins in search of treasure. Don't laugh, but this reminds me a little of my past, of my childhood.
Really? How is that even possible?
Not the part including mysterious corpses and crazed mages, of course. My sister and I, when we were young, we always used to go exploring the caves near our manor. Father always gave us a good scolding when he got wind of it, but of course that didn't keep us from doing it again.
You have a sister? What? Really?
Right. Because I never told you. Adila and I are not exactly close these days anyway. Probably because we lost our bond somehow after our father died.
And he died prematurely, I assume.
Yes, he did. Together with my siblings. Actually, Adila and I are the only surviving Delverics. All the others were murdered.
It's awful to hear. It really is.
No need to be. But I appreciate the thought, so thanks. In a sad way, a part of me is actually glad everything happened the way it did back then. It made me into a man, and it showed me what kind of characteristics have a tendency to drastically shorten one's life.
Such as...
Stubbornness. My father was a judge in the tribunal, you know. He was a hard man, who at least, after our mother died while giving birth to Adila, lived for only one thing. His principles. Justice knows no compromise. That was his great creed. No matter who stood before him in court, my father treated them all the same. Damien Delveric, the epitome of justice.
He had his principles. That sounds admirable, at the very least.
It does to most people. One day, the son of a highly regarded Archer Sublime stood before the 12 judges of the court. Valenzio Duran. He had murdered 2 whores, made them happy, as he called it, and it was obvious that he didn't feel so much as a hint of remorse. You know those kind of people. The ones who think that money and power entitle them to anything they want.
Oh, don't worry. I've allowed the wheels to continue on getting those people their just desserts.
Of course you can. 11 of the 12 judges voted for a verdict of not guilty, because they knew Valenzio's father was influential within the Relata. Only my father, of course, remained unshaken. 1 week later, our manor was robbed by 4 masked men who killed everyone. Servants, guards, my 2 older brothers, all of them. Officially, they were bandits, who just happened to be running around with blades made of shadow steel. My sister and I only survived because we had snuck out for one of our expeditions. Ironic, isn't it?
That's not the way... Yeah. Ironic. And horrible.
Horrible? None of this is horrible. It was the only logical consequence of my father's actions. And what good did it do in the end? None. As we speak, Valenzio's enjoying himself in some brothel, with 2 whores and a bowl of grapes.
Hey, just say the
But you
word
see,
and he's
there's
gone.
no point in being angry about this. And do you know why? Because this is just how the world works. There's no divine justice, no system through which it's decided who lives and who dies. There are decisions and there are consequences. That's it. This is also why there's absolutely no point in fighting for ideals, the greater good, or whatever else you want to call it. First of all, because no one will thank you for it, and second, because people are stupid. That's the one universal rule that there is to this world. No matter how much you try to accomplish something, in the end, stupid people will destroy all you've achieved with no more than a snap of their fingers. Fight for the moment, and the moment only. Because unlike everything else, you can be certain of its truth.
And apparently the truth is inevitable. So, let's see. I don't remember exactly which one I chose. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the right one to go with. Despite how it ended, what your father did was, in fact, the right thing. The fact that they got away with slaughtering nearly his entire family, that in itself is the problem.
Bullshit. If he had wanted Valenzio to die so badly, there would have been other ways. Poison, an accident, a hired killer. Just a hint of common sense. That's all he would have needed.
That's not justice, though.
But of course, none of that would have conformed to his sacred principles. Adela and I were still young when all this happened. A friendly family took us in, and my sister joined the Order of the Apothecary in the Frostcliff Mountains. But since then, we haven't been able to speak to one another. She raised a wall of ice around herself, so to speak, and fled into old family books and memories. But, anyway, enough about me. You're an orphan too, aren't you? How come? You never told me about that.
Before we continue on, I'd like you guys to know that that was, in fact, the same option that I chose last time, because I remember him going on that exact same rant. Good news. Nevertheless, as for what he's just asked of us, you know, that's a pretty long story. Then again, we are going to be on this train for a while, so where should I start?
You told me that the Creator's temple in Ostian had something to do with it, but what exactly happened? Dreams. Yeah. I've had my share of nightmares too. There was this one that plagued me for years. I'd be in some kind of hall, almost like a temple. Only that there were benches and aisles, like in a courtroom. My father sat on the judge's dais. He was a corpse, and all the spectators in the jury looked like him. Anyway, there was this grotesque trial scene where he accused me of refusing to do my duty for them. And it always ended with his skin melting off like hot wax. Pretty messed up, I know. Eventually, the dream stopped, though. Someone helped me with that. But anyway, enough of this gloomy talk for now. We should get some rest. We've still got a long ride ahead of us. Good night. Rise and shine, my friend. We have arrived. How'd you sleep?
Well, I definitely slept. How long have we been traveling for?
I fell asleep too, but it must have been 7 or 8 hours at least. Very interesting machine, this undertrain. Come on, let's take a look outside.
And thus we find ourselves back where we started. Well, back where things ended in our previous recording. So, let us put things right. It's taken 22 minutes, no, definitely more than that, because I didn't actually start the timer until I had finished informing you guys of what had happened in the previous recording session. So we're probably 30-ish, nearly 30 minutes in. With that, I'd also like to show you guys something. Not here, it's going to be here. Our class is now Spectral Warrior. We finished out the one-handed weapon memory tree. There's still, I think, two or three more nodes I want on that tree. but then I want to move on to the armor tree, which is right next to it, because I actually want. I'll come back and read this class in a second. I need this. The class I actually wanted was. Where's that quest at? Seriously, I couldn't have finished it, right? It might have actually been moved to finished. No. If it had been... I actually can't find it. What the heck? Myths and legends I want to actually do, but not right now. I have to take the books out of storage and read them to figure out where I need to go to find the creatures spoken of within. Huh. Weird. At what point did it actually disappear? Yeah, here it is, the art of combat. This one disappeared a long time ago. Wow, that is a really long time ago. Yeah, so the one I wanted actually is not that one. This one. This is the actual class I wanted. A traveling merchant told me of a warrior clad in plated armor who used 2 short swords in combat. That class is the one I actually wanted. However, I ended up with something that doesn't even seem to be on this list. Entropy and elementalism. Because I've got mastery in, I think, 3 trees. And I think phasmalism is one of them. So, do we have any here that involve... I don't see anything. Nevertheless, we are currently a spectral warrior. Right. It tells me about what that means here. Affinity Spectral Warrior. Increases one-handed and two-handed by 6 and entropy by 7 points. Combat stances also affect the speed or attack damage of your apparition. I was really giddy about that last part, combat stances affecting speed or attack damage, until I realized, I checked the entire list for whatever reason, and I realized I have only 1 actual combat stance active. Wait, yeah. And it's not even active now. Hold on. Let me see something. No. Anyway, last time I checked this, I had a stance active. It was a Qualian stance. I actually remember it. It was the Qualian stance. Or Kalian, I don't know. Anyway. But it's not on the list anymore. Wait. Maybe it was here? Here it is. So, this is the only stance I actually have. I thought I would be able to give the apparition effects from things like Tempest and Blade Dance and Assassination, but no, it would only actually work for Kyranian stance. Which is interesting. I mean, it increases attack and movement speed, but decreases blocking. But it also gives enemies a higher crit chance against me. And I like blocking. Maybe we'll try it once. Wait, I seem to be overweight. Let's take a potion for that. That'll be potion of might. I think I have a potion of strength too. 3 of them. Yeah, we'll go with that. Still? Oh great, it's bugged. Nope. I just had the auto run turned off because it's for some reason bound to caps lock. Haha. There it is.
Seems someone has prepared a welcome for us.
Back to the ground with ye. What? Let's get the light back up. And then we actually need to buff ourselves. I think that's it. You know, it'd be nice if I could equip more than a single... What are they? Talents. Or if I could equip more than a single talent at a time. It's really inconvenient even to use the quick menu. Anyway, since we've left the train, everything is going to be completely new to me. So all of my mockery and quips will be completely off the cuff, as per usual. I think this is all that's left. Wait, no, the levels are caved in. At least the skeletons had the decency to not be able to attack the moment I walked out. You know? What else do we need? Just in case. I hear. Whoa!
Fight.
Well, that's the thing that happened. I wonder if you can get an enchantment that allows you to immediately soul trap an enemy killed with your weapon. That'd be nice. Speaking of soul trap, thank you. You're a big one, aren't you? Ah, I didn't want to put the soul trap on that idiot. He was in the way. Don't run now, you know how this ends. Nothing? I missed. So where are we? Where are we going? Right, we can't. Oh, we can. There's another one out there. You seem stuck. This is good for me. Sam killed another animal. Yeah. Moonstone. Alright, I could just attach the talents to the number pad, huh? Kind of awkward, though. Well, I'm thinking of the number pad itself, not the numbers above the... Come on. Above the letters on the keyboard. Another wine and reset our buffs. Ooh, it got dark fast, didn't it? What do we need? Cat got your tongue?
Well, I'll be damned. This is Half Moon Isle. I can't believe it. And I guess that camp over there belongs to Terranor Korek. I suggest we split up. That way we'll still have a chance if they catch one of us. Here, this is your plate. I'll try going in from the east. You should go in from the west. And don't get caught, or try to play the hero, alright? Considering that we're up against an entire army, that's a bad idea, even for someone with your abilities.
So where am I exactly supposed to put my plate? Right, I remember what these plates are supposed to do now. They're supposed to be used for listening, so I need to sneaky sneak.
Anywhere inside the camp. But of course an officer's tent, or maybe even Korek's, would be ideal.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
We'll meet again here by sunrise.
That's why it's dark. They want it to be night. This might suck for you guys then. I mean, as it is, I can barely see, and it's just so much worse. Okay, so we're going to need silence. Not sure I'm going to be able to do this being completely unable to see. Oh, yeah, so you can just insta-cast them like that, huh? Cool. I think I have Wolf's Blood on 4, but I tend to use the menu for that anyway. So instead... Three is the flute for my mount. Five. Right, we didn't add the other one. What is it? Kiranian stance. 6. 7. I'd really like to add this one, but okay.
If they refuse,
then it means war. The gods have befouled the world with their ignorance long enough.
You know, that would mean the deaths of thousands of innocents.
No idolizer is ever innocent. Religions are ideologies, and an ideology is a decision. Subjects who don't rebel against their tyrants are at least as guilty as the tyrants themselves. But let's see what's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe that old fool Aranthial will listen to reason. For once in his life.
Yeah, let's see.
"15 seconds. Sure, why not? Ooh. How many invisibility potions do I have? Right, it's not here. Well, there are ways I would have liked this to have gone. Not you. Ah, that sucks. Might have to come back and use that empty stash. Or that empty chest, I mean. Don't I have a potion of sneaking or equipment of sneaking? Something. Yeah, but that's... Well, maybe I could go in wolf form. Since the wolf seems to have like 100 sneak anyway. Depends on the way this goes. First, change equipment. And an amulet. I hear it. Here. Who are you? A Terrana ambassador, rank 4. You died, so how useful can you actually be? You know? But I'll take it. And I want to switch to this. Just in case. And there goes that statue again. What is this right in front of us? Maybe there's a way around. Oh. Huh.
Look at
Whoa.
that. The urchin child who just won't stop struggling.
Wow. Well, well, well. First a dream, and now these animals. Why all of the puppet play? Are you that afraid of talking to me face to face? I selected the wrong one.
You humans are masters of hiding your nervousness. You amuse us, you know. How you refuse to give up. How you keep on fighting, even though deep down you know your struggle is futile. But still, you have come a long way. You have ignited the sigil stone, and you have found the beacon. And this, urchin child, this amuses us. Because nothing is more entertaining than a harvest which fights back. It makes things so much more exciting. So here's our offer, Prophet. Ask us whatever is on your mind, and we swear to answer truthfully. Or you can leave. It's up to you.
Well then, let's start with why you would believe for even a second that I would trust you to tell me the truth.
That's up to you to decide. Come on, urchin. Ask or leave. In the end, you and your people will burn anyway. But sometimes, even the hope for deliverance alone has its merits.
What is the beacon really?
It's just what you think it is. A weapon that allows you to bring an end to all this.
Then why aren't you more afraid?
Fear, hate, joy. You assume we are thinking in human terms, Prophet. Yet, a true deity is more than a simple human able to throw fireballs, as your late Lightborn were. A true God is a state of being, and its existence alone forms reality according to its will. There were so many before you, and so many have found the weapon, yet still we exist, and the cleansing is imminent. What does this tell you?
It tells me that they failed, and that we can't. It's just not an option.
Lofty words. Hold on to the thought if it gives you strength.
Why are the Neramis here?
They want to destroy the beacon. Amusing, isn't it? They are doing our work for us.
I believe we had this conversation before in the hall with Oranthiel and some of the other people. And I believe they said that the Neramis actually know about the cycle, but they don't care because they're assuming that anything that Enderal is against must be a good thing. But let's go ahead and ask whether they actually know and see what their response is.
Yes, but they are naive. They believe that the cleansing is a good thing, and that we, the High Ones, have come to raise humanity to a higher stage. Evolution. That is what they call it. Just as the lizard became a dragon, and the bird became a man. Their leader, Taranar Korek, thinks he is one of the emissaries, just like you.
He thinks he is.
No, and neither is the old Aranthio. Korak considers himself a savior, chosen to guide humanity to a glorious future. But he does not understand that he is a victim of his own pride. We have never appeared to him like we did to you. You are the only figure of significance in this game, Prophet.
So, Aranthiel, I don't imagine that he's actually lying about having had a vision. But they also say he's not actually an emissary. At the very least, I have to assume that half of what they're saying is a lie. But the only part that could be a lie in that is Aranthiel. Because we know for more or less, we're certain that Korak is... We know why Korak's working for the sake of the cleansing. We already knew that. So we know that to be true. So if half of what they're saying is a lie, then maybe Aranthiel is actually an emissary. So why did I become an emissary?
We know what you want to hear now. That you are special, that you have always been. But this is not true. You have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the truth is, you make our task easier. You are weak.
Sounds like you want to be bonked. Nevertheless, I don't have any more questions for you. Bearing in mind that you're undoubtedly only telling half-truths.
Very well. Now Shu, continue your vain search, and forgive us for the pain.
Now!
I wanted to pick up the thing on the ground.
My lord, he is awake.
Splendid. May I introduce you? To your left, there's Samael, my bodyguard, master of Ostian's arena for decades. And to your right, there's Blade Master Almus Ordan, the most gifted sword fighter of Nerim's North and commander of my troops. Furthermore, there's an entire garrison of elite soldiers outside. So, can I trust you to not do anything stupid? I want to talk to you, face to face, as civilized people do.
Depends on if I get the opportunity to quick save or not. You know, I would go with this, but I'm assuming I'm just assuming here the smarmy answer is going to be, of course you have a choice. Life is all about choices, or something to that effect. So we're not even going to give them the chance. Oh, I just love civilized people. You know, especially when they start conversations by knocking someone down, tying them up, and then blindfolding them.
Fair point. But you forgot to mention that this particular someone tried to sneak into my camp. I think we are square. By the way, we have captured your friend as well.
Of course
He's
you
in a
did.
tent up in the camp, and we will compare your stories, so you'd better stick to the truth. Samael, take off the blindfold.
Samael, huh?
Well then, I am Taranor of Korek's blood, former ruler of Kabiet, and now representative of the free peoples of Nerim, which you undoubtedly already knew. Who are you?
I'm just me.
I see. And who sent you? And why?
Telling them the truth doesn't change anything. They know why we're here. We know why they're here. The only thing that matters is who gets to the beacon first. How many potential targets are we looking at? We've got 2 pieces of fodder and a possible mini-boss. Their leader and... what is that, a cot? There's someone crouched there and some more fodder. So again, I don't really see any point in actually lying. Yet. The Holy Order sent us. They want to know why you're here.
Just as I suspected. And how exactly?
My lord, I think you should see this.
Of course. We have taken the liberty of stripping you of your belongings. If you'll excuse me for
Oh,
a
that'll
moment,
make
please.
killing all of you harder. I better play along until I get my stuff back.
A silver plate. I see. They were sent to spy on us.
Then let's kill them.
No. He was honest, and I am a man of my word. And actually, you have done us a favor. We can use the plates to present Aranthiel with our offer, without putting ourselves in danger.
What? How? What are these plates?
Old artifacts of the Pyreans. Their magic works like a sort of ear conch. Sounds are transferred from one plate to the other. And I strongly suspect that at this very moment, Tealor Aranthiel and Naratzel's traitorous heirs are gathered around the counterpart, waiting for someone to activate this plate, aren't they? Samael, do you know how to use these plates? Excellent. Then activate it. I will talk to old Aranthiel. Let's hope that he will listen for once in his life. Otherwise, this will end in disaster. Tealor Aranthiel. I know that you are there and that you can hear me, so why don't we just stop playing games? As you wish, Grand Master. You can keep quiet, but you should be aware of who's going to pay for your arrogance.
Haven't you had enough war by now? After 2 decades?
2 decades of war that were necessary because your god suppressed the people. Or would you deny even this?
Is that why you wanted to talk to me, Quarek? To throw around accusations?
No, that's not what I wanted. We are talking because I want to give you a chance. We know that you are fighting the High Ones, and that you're trying to reconstruct the beacon in order to stop them.
Which makes perfect sense, since the cleansing means the end of all life. Don't you agree?
No, I don't. And if you even remotely understood who the High Ones actually are, and what they represent, you wouldn't either. They are evolution, the ascendance of humanity to a higher level.
What?
Let's just face the facts for a moment. There's no evidence that the cleansing, whatever shape it will take, will be violent. Yes, the Pyreans are gone, but how do we know they've not just simply gone to another place? That they've transformed? The High Ones are not our enemies, Aranthiel. They are the next step of evolution, the envoys of our purpose, that we might become more than the simple-minded creatures we've been during the past millennia. This is what the cleansing actually is. Don't you understand? It's the moment when humanity is relieved of its vices, united, reaching a higher level of existence.
That's absurd.
To you, it might sound that way, but I have seen it with my own eyes. Ever since the gods departed, the High Ones have sent me dreams in which I can see the future, and it's glorious. It's not our destiny to stay human, Aranthiel. With their help, we will be gods, true gods, not the idols you have worshipped. It's the truth, whether you accept it or not.
By the people are dying, Koarek. There's war all over Veen. The dead are rising from their graves, and people are killing each other for no apparent reason. Whatever you have dreamed, does this look like some kind of ascension to you?
I know about the red madness, but has it ever occurred to you that it follows a pattern as well? That it only befalls certain people?
Whom?
People whose thinking is in shackles. People whose minds are not free, and who are superstitious and ignorant. Such as the people in your country, to whom you have denied the truth about their gods.
What? Are you saying that the red madness only affects religious people? People who still believe in the Lightborn?
Yes. Religiosity is a pattern of thought that favors irrationality over reason. Someone who thinks in these patterns is simply not ready for the advancement, and the red madness is simply a way to sieve them out. A natural selection, if you will. That's also why you are not affected by it, Aranthiel, because you know that what you and your order fought so hard to keep up over the years were lies.
This is nonsense. There have been cases of red madness in the Order too, and we have seen what the cleansing will bring us in the dreams and in their chronicles, and it has nothing to do with some kind of ascension. Just listen to yourself, Korek. You talk like a mad prophet. Is that what you want to be?
You react just as I expected. Very well then. Will you at least hear our offer?
Speak.
The cleansing has to happen, and we, the free peoples of Nerim, will make sure that it does. We will not allow your backward thinking to keep humanity from advancing, as it has done for centuries. Therefore, if you don't want a war, you will stop rebuilding the beacon, and you will tell your people the truth about their gods, so that then they, too, can ascend when the time has come. You've said it yourself, Aranthiel. This world has had enough war. Spare it yet another one.
I would if I could, but if these are your demands, then no.
Then we will have to force you. This means bloodshed, Aranthiel, and innocents will die, and all because...
This conversation is over.
Bloody fool. Alma, prepare the attack. He asked for it.
Yes, my lord. What will happen to the prisoners?
The spies. Right. We're at war now, and this means you're my enemies. But as I said, I am a man of my word, and so I'll leave your fate to chance. Samael, put him to sleep, and then put him and his friend on a raft. If they survive, so be it. If not, fair enough.
I'm coming for your sword. You know that, right? And we're back. The nutritiousness of meat. Looks like I've still got my old stamina.
Well, look who's here. How are you doing, silly? Still on the search?
Yeah, and I think I know where to find it.
Is that so? Honestly, I find that a little hard to believe. But I guess you know what you're doing, don't you? You always did. Come on, let's go inside. I prepared a little surprise, or should I say a big one. I suppose that depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I'm going to try and avoid going in there.
Ta-da-da-da! Look who I dug out. It's Mother and little sister.
Hey,
Aren't they
guys.
beautiful?
Aren't we beautiful? Aren't we beautiful?
But I suppose what we dead people do doesn't concern you now, does it, my child? Because you are important now. Ha! Can you believe it? He's important now. He is chosen.
Chosen. Chosen.
But you know, I think you've forgotten something. Amidst all this ballyhoo of prophecies, cleansings, and beacons. That you are weak. You are pathetic. You are worthless. And you are weak. That's what you were back then. That's what you are now. And that's what you'll always be. Saving lives? You? Ridiculous.
Right?
But then again, maybe we do you wrong. So why don't you just tell us? Why you? Why should you, of all people, be the solution to the problem? Why should you be able to prevent something that has happened to mankind for thousands of years? You!
I don't know.
That's right. You don't know. Because you are a stupid, dirty brat. A murdering, stupid brat and nothing else. See, you did it again. You made me unhappy. You made me curse. And cursing is a sin. Don't you understand? I'm only trying to help you to see. This is not you, don't you understand? You are not yourself. And deep down inside, you know it as much as I do.
You know it. You know it.
So, tell me, silly, why is it so hard for you to just let go? Your place is here, in the realm of the dead. So just let yourself fall. It only hurts in the beginning, you know. Then it's like falling asleep. Please, my child, we miss you so much. Little sister wants to play with you again.
Play with you. Play with
The
you.
two of us, we could go hunting again, like back in the old days. Find ourselves a nice deer, and then have a good, juicy piece of meat for dinner. Do you even listen to me? Hey, you're not supposed to leave yet. You're already here. So why don't you just stay? Please, child, stay with us. 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 Stay with us.
Stay with me. Hey, can you hear me? Wake up.
Ugh.
Bad dreams?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Anyway, it's over now. And we're lucky we woke up at all. That raft Korek put us on was about as seaworthy as a paper ship. But thank the sun, that fisherwoman over there took us in. She's headed for Duneville, and we should arrive soon.
How long have I been out for?
Couple of hours. That spell Korek's mute buddy put on you must have been quite a doozy. They felt the blow to the back of the head would suffice for me. Guess I was the lucky one.
Okay. Did you hear any of what happened? Ranthiel and Korek's conversation?
Yeah. That guy should really go easier on the bottle, if you ask me. But it seems that the thousands who follow him see things differently. As if the High Ones alone weren't threat enough. Now they have a self-proclaimed messiah to back them up. That's just peachy.
Yeah, I fully understand what Korek wants from us, so we're not going with that. So that means war. The Nerames are going to invade Enderal.
I'm afraid so. According to the fisherwoman, the first of Korek's battleships have already arrived near Duneville. It'll take them a while to get the rest of their fleet over here from Naren, but still. Enderal isn't ready for this. Not at all. Most guards haven't tried their weapons on anything other than training dummies, or at the most, bandits. In other words, we're screwed.
So now what?
Well, I guess first of all, we should be grateful we made it out alive. I bet that if Korek would have known your role in all this, we'd be as dead as doornails by now.
Phew.
Once we arrive in Duneville, we should get back to Ark as soon as possible. I'm sure Renthiel and the others have already written us off as dead. I suggest you ask the fisherwoman how much farther it is to the village.
Why do I have to do that? And what will you be doing exactly?
Well, I suppose first of all I'll go get my pay. Regardless of what transpired, we fulfilled our mission. After that, I don't know. War is an entirely different story, and ending up beaten to a pulp with a damned warhammer certainly isn't on my priority list.
He remembers what happened to him in the previous recording session where he got absolutely wrecked by those giants back there in the train station, for lack of a better word. So what you're saying is you're going to run for it, huh?
Maybe. The Order might be powerful here in Enderal, but compared to Naren's army, it's a joke. And maybe... On the other hand, if we don't manage to stop the cleansing from happening, it won't make a difference if I'm here or on Calais. Oh, my, what did I get myself into? I feel like a bloody marionette in a goddamn play.
Well, it's up to you, man.
I know. You know, there's one thing I just couldn't get out of my head since all this started. Does mankind deserve to be saved? I mean, have we as a species really made this world a better place? What have we accomplished apart from bloodbaths and wars in the name of the true gods or the right way to see things? And even now that we have a common enemy, we fail spectacularly to pull together. That's pathetic somehow, isn't it? Just pathetic. Heck, I sound like the biggest cynic alive. Let's stop here before it gets any worse. Go talk to the fisherwoman.
All right then. And since she's got her back to us. Oh, nice. They did us the favor of giving us back everything they supposedly took from us, and we're just going to go ahead and rifle through everything. Oh, she doesn't even have the decency to have something on her.
Ah, you're awake. How are you?
Your face is awful.
No offense, but you look battered.
Could have been worse. Thanks for saving us, though.
Don't thank me. I only did what every other path-abiding citizen would have done as well. Your friend, he told me about the Naramis. War. I have trouble believing it.
In any case, you should get prepared. Chances are they're going to attack the coastal villages first.
Oh, how very reassuring to hear that. But I guess we're well off in Duneville. As long as they don't break through the cavern gate, there's no way they can get inside the town.
Right, you guys are underground.
Of course, that doesn't apply to the plantations and mines. Oh, blazes. Such chaos. Those bloody Naramis. Nothing is sacred to them anymore, is it? For millennia there was peace between the lands of the civilized world. And now this. They're heretics, if you ask me. No more and no less. They should be hung from trees, all of them. Anyway, I guess it's best if you rest a little more. As I said, you look as though you need it. I'll wake you up when we arrive. We'll do our best. I didn't think I'd ever say this, but right now I'd give a lot for the Art Guard to be here instead of these Duneville watchdogs. At least they know how to wage a war.
I don't know about that.
In any case, you should get back to the Sun Temple as soon as possible. And show those Naramis bastards whose country this is.
We will. And again, thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
So, we should be back within range of the teleport runes. I'm gonna head straight back to the temple. See you there.
Safe travels.
Yeah, you too.
Keep your chin.
Why would I ever want to search for Kalia in the temple? Nothing really worth it here. Again, there's that. Oh. Oh. I think I might steal out of this chest tonight. Gotcha.
Nice try.
Dang it.
Now shove off before I fucking cut your face.
He's certainly coming to get his, isn't he? Come on. I know you want it. What, can't figure out the ladder? Fine. What? I'm overweight, that's why. You want something tough, guy? Huh? 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 Bonk.
Are you?
Yeah, I kind of am.
Shit. Guards.
That's kind of awkward.
Are you out of your mind?
Just a little. I appreciate her candor and not paying attention to anything outside of her work. Oh, right. I could just, where is it? Simple as that. So I guess that's going to be it for us today, folks. Uh, there was a lot of talking. I mean, definitely there was that. I did a little bit in the beginning, and then the NPCs, they took it from there, one could say. Nevertheless, we've learned quite a bit today, haven't we? Keep in mind that the answers to the questions we asked, the high ones, can only be believed. We can only believe half of what we were told by them. Given some of the things we already know that we asked them about, from there we can assume some of what they may have lied about. There's no reason whatsoever to trust that they were going to tell us the entire truth. They may have omitted things or outright lied. So that's something to keep in mind as we go forward. Whether we present this information to a Ranthiel who may or may not even be an emissary, and even if he is, it may not matter in the slightest, because apparently all of this hinges on us and what we do. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow with more Enderal. I hope you're looking forward to it. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.